General Federation of the Trade Unions (GFTU) General Secretary, Freedom for Öcalan and Peace in Kurdistan campaign supporter, dear Doug Nicholls. Thanks for joining us today.
It's a great pleasure to be with you again.
Thank you, thank you. So, as you know as well, still Mr. Abdullah Ocalan, Kurdish leader Abdullah Ocalan, is in still under tough isolation. So, Abdullah Öcalan has been in prison on İmralı Island for 21 years now, for mostly in solitary confinement. So, how do you view the conditions in which Öcalan is held? Very short, very briefly, that one.
Well, as I've said before, I don't think that we've got a political prisoner in the world currently, apart from Öcalan, and probably not in the recent past, of such importance who's been held in such brutal conditions. It's as simple as that. And it's almost as if the brutality in which he's kept is an indication of the importance that he has for world peace, which is why he's being so brutalized. It's unacceptable. All the lawyers know that, all the humanitarians know that. Everyone knows it's unacceptable except the rogue state of Turkey. And we must all become more aware of the position. We must all fight harder to get him released.
Thank you. During the peace negotiations between the Kurdish movement and Turkish state, talks were held together with Öcalan on İmralı Island. What do you think is the importance of Öcalan for a peaceful resolution of the Kurdish question?
Well, he's the key to it, and he's been the initiator of it with his people, and he is the recognized leader of his people. So it's absolutely key. And those discussions, as everyone knows, those discussions need to be held with him directly and quickly.
Since Öcalan's imprisonment, there has been a global campaign. You are a part of it as well, for freedom for Öcalan. What do you think about this campaign and its importance for achieving peace in the region?
Well, the campaign needs, every day that goes by, we need to do more. And although we're having some successes in many places and getting more and more supporters, there's still a lot to be done, I think, around the world to get the full recognition that not only is Öcalan's release and discussions with him for peace in that immediate region essential, but those discussions and peace within that immediate Turkish Kurdish region would start to bring about fundamental change in the whole Middle Eastern region, which has been so cruelly dealt with and so divided and so subject to terrible warfare and division amongst the people and imperialist invasion and so on. So if people are seriously thinking about trying to ease the tensions throughout that whole region, the main political prisoner in that region, who holds a key to peace in his area, but also for the wider geographical region, needs to be released.
How would you comment on the relation between keeping the PKK on the terrorist organizations list and isolation of the Kurdish leader Öcalan? Do you think there is a political relations in between these two?
Well, any excuse will be used to suppress the just cause of freedom and democracy in that region and for the Kurdish people. Any excuse. And the Turkish state is a terroristic state. It's invading other countries and supporting warfare and aggression in other countries in the region. And of course, It's using the ultimate act of terror, the chemical weapons, against the Kurdish people. So don't talk to me about real terrorism. It's the Kurdish people who've been fighting so successfully and well against real terrorism in that region through ISIS and so on. And the Kurdish people have been praised for their support for the cause against real terrorism in that region. So obviously they're not a terrorist organisation. They are an organisation that wants peace, which is why I've just been pleased to sign the declaration that's going around to get that spurious definition reversed. It's those who want to stop progress, peace and democracy often put people on such lists, and it's to conceal their real terror that they do that, and it's to conceal their real desire to impose aggression and dictatorship in a region that makes them want to lock up people who don't want that. It's quite simple politics.
Why do you think, just to underline it, why do you think the PKK should be delisted now? And what else can be done to delist the PKK?
Well, they should be delisted because they're not a terrorist organisation. They are arguing for peace, and they have been involved in battles against real terrorists, and they are not a force like the Turkish state spreading chemical weapons on other people, for example. They are looking for a peaceful settlement in the region, and they are the main representative body of the Kurdish peace-loving and democratic peoples. So that's why they should be delisted. What else can be done about that is that every country in the world must take up that particular cause and press their governments to take that position, and press the United Nations, European Union, and so on to take them off that list.
Also, we have mentioned what else needs to be done, but it's very clear that there is a political relations between Britain and Turkey after the Brexit as well, and there is a huge amount of arms trade between these two countries. So as you are also a part of the Freedom for Ocalan campaign, lastly and very shortly, what is your call to British government and European institutions as well about Freedom for Ocalan and the isolation that should be end? About what is your call about this?
Release Ocalan, call for discussions between Turkey and Ocalan, delist the PKK from the terrorist list, and recognise that these three simple moves would create an easing, not of tensions, but of aggression and brutality and division in that region. Simple as that.
Dear Doug Nicholls, General Federation of the Trade Unions, GFTU General Secretary, thanks for joining us. Thank you for your valuable comments today.
My pleasure. Good luck.
Thank you.